Good news, everyone! There has been another EU5 patch update, update to the beta, and things may be about to settle down because, per the Discord, this is the last significant patch before 1.3 exits the closed beta soon. So, when that's going to happen, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be next week. Who knows? But I wouldn't expect any more significant balance changes unless something absolutely drastic is found. Which, you know, this is a beta. This is what you sign up for. You literally have to opt into this, so things may be a bit fucky. Anyway, let us go and have a look at the actual patch notes to see what it is that we're getting that is new. 6 new achievements based on the 1.3 mechanics. We saw those. I'm running it back on Milan very shortly. Added filters to the mercenary captain hiring view, and I want to show this off because I do think it is quite nice. And we're going to click on Castile for no relevant reason that I'm going to tell you about later. So if I want to hire mercenaries now, go to the mercenaries tab, and I can just hire the most relevant mercenaries. Obviously these guys are hella expensive, but it's just hiring some mercenaries for me, which I think is quite nice. Say I want to, boom, done. And say if I want to, you know, hire some more, let's just borrow some money. If I want to hire some more, done, and done. You can still go through the old system if you really did like, you know, custom tailoring what mercs you actually get from your system. But that's honestly kind of cool. It's good. It's a good upgrade to the system, in my opinion. So good job on that one. Fix the bureaucracy removal efficiency modifier now applying correctly. No idea what that means, but okay. Bureaucracies, I don't know. I'm still not a massive fan of them. We'll see where we get to in a year's time, I guess. Fix the frustrate annexation working in the wrong direction. Wait, is that when you are a vassal and you are being annexed, you can frustrate the annexation to make it go faster? Yeah, I'm glad that one's fixed. That's kind of silly. Fixed military sponsorship payments not updating after reloading. Fixed an issue with correct markets not being chosen for some locations. Trade route maintenance now reflects the actual travel path rather than being capped to the straight line range distance. Routes that detour around terrain are no longer artificially discounted in their upkeep cost. That time when you were enjoying recently where you actually had a little bit of trade, don't be silly. That was a bug. That was a bug. You don't get to enjoy trade. Pop demand for luxury goods now switches on fully once an estate crosses the wealth threshold, rather than ramping up gradually as wealth approaches it. Below the threshold, a pop demands nothing. At or above it, they demand the full amount. Okay, we'll see how that, shakes out. Reduce the serfdom building efficiency from 50 to 10. Good. And you may think, this is such a drastic change. No. This was the drastic change. This is more in line with what is probably reasonable. This one is huge. Allowed construction to now start without the required goods stalling until they become available. This is very relevant for Castile. And let's just get ourselves some money back by cancelling these mercs. As Castile, if you don't move your capital to Sevilla, the best thing you can do is build a new local governor, either in Toledo, maybe Cordoba. But at the start of the game, you don't actually have any gold in your market. You don't have really anything in your market. Like, if you wanted to build any kind of navy, you can't because you don't. Actually, that's just apparently a lie. That changed. When I tested this, 3 days ago, that wasn't allowed. But I guess this actually is allowed now. Yeah, there we go. Not enough tools in the Burgos market to do this, but it now... Okay, so it's not just for buildings, it's also for ships as well. You can start the construction of things without having the required goods. And so, for specifically Castile, if you wanted to build yourself a local governor, it still won't frickin'... It won't show you it. It won't show you where it's supposed to be built, but it will let you start it, it looks like. There we go. And so that's like the starter, the opener that you want to do. Either there or probably Cordoba is where I would do it. But yeah, that's a real nice change. That is a real nice change. And it just lets you get that sorted so you don't have to worry about it. And, you know, eventually the gold will appear and it will be built and you will be having happy times. So that's a huge change. I like that a lot. Added open sea proximity cost for landing into non-port sea zones. I'm not sure what that one... I don't know. Someone needs to explain that one to me. I'm not parsing it right now. Production. The upgrade from X building modifier is now applied to the last obsolete upgradable building type. Okay. Reformation now spreads more aggressively. Good, because Lutheran was just not enough. That's very nice. Parents can no longer have multiple sickly children in a row. I think this is more a case of... It's not accurate, but it's for gameplay purposes and makes it less agony and cope. Fixed a loophole giving 0 antagonism for taking locations in a revolt war when another country comes in, vassalizing the revolters. Yeah, that's been a bug for a long time. Appanages collectively inherited when the ruler dies and no heir. Cool. Fixed being able to assign women to papal bishopric subjects. What did Paradox mean by this? Peasant republics no longer stay as imperial princes within the HRA. Free cities no longer count as imperial princes. Fixed issues where reloading saves would eliminate all financial gains from military sponsorship. We've literally just read that. Sponsorship no longer gives negative gold for the military order. Fixed a bug where assumed seniority peace treaty wouldn't show up. Fiefdoms rebelling in independence wars now get new leaders. That's kind of cool. I like that. Made subject count penalties not apply when changing an existing subject's type, and stopped rivals from accruing too much mutual trust. Good. On the military side, fixed countries of the long fada advancement losing their entire nobility estate after raising and disbanding the Berlin naval levies. I don't know what that is, but okay. Fixed automatic transport, no using ships closest to selected army. Automatic transport is something that really annoys me because it works so flawlessly in EU4. Absolutely flawlessly. And in EU5, it's just kind of... It's slow and it's clunky and it's really a massive downgrade. Very unfortunate. Lowered expected navy size at game start, scaling up by age. Fine, whatever. This is the huge one. Levies are now significantly stronger in combat. Their baseline fighting effectiveness is rising from 50% to 75% of a regular unit, and investing in levy efficiency closes the remaining gap rather than scaling from a weaker floor. So levies have become quite a bit stronger, and I mean, Castillo's starting with quite a lot there, but if you want to get some levy efficiency, let's see, do you already have it on here? No. If you want some levy efficiency, one of the earliest and easiest ways you can get that is through... well, Auxilium Concilium is the one, isn't it? Yeah, levy combat efficiency. Do I actually already have that? Oh, no. You need to not have monetary fiefs. So, get rid of your monetary fiefs. That's painful. That's actually very, very painful. Okay, never mind. That's one thing you want to do, though. Get your Auxilium Concilium, make your levies a little bit stronger for your early game. Obviously, I think late game, you're still looking at full regulars. But with this change, levies may become relevant in the late game, or in the mid game. No one gets to the late game. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. This is a balance change that I think might work. Reduce the stagnation chances for bubonic plague as it's dying out too soon. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people complaining about that. Some advances have changed. Change foster institutions to accelerate spread rather than instead of bootstrapping. Basically what this means is there is, I'm not going to try and find it, but in the research queue, there is something that lets you use a cabinet member to boost the institution, right? Any institution. Say you don't yet have, scientific theory. If you set it to boost institution, it will get your whatever province you choose, and it will just tick up slowly. It is no longer the case, and it is now accelerating the speed rather than giving you a flat, small amount. So you can't just, spawn institution spread. You still need to get it from somewhere, which may help in, keeping China down for a bit longer. It is painful, and this is an advance that I often really look to get early. Unless, okay, the difference is now, if this accelerates spread across all of your country, or if it only accelerates spread in one province. If it only accelerates spread in one province, I'm never taking this advance again. If it does your entire country, I will still take it. That's basically what I'm saying now. Game rule lock institution could have spawned spread. I'm not going to use this. I quite like the could have spawned spread very much. Institution spread through trade now favors markets closely connected to the embraced world rather than those plugged into large but distant trade networks. A market doing most of its trade with nearby institution carriers spreads faster than one with a thin trickle from a far-off giant market. Cool. And then, a huge one, added always available free advances trees from ages 3 to 6. Now let's go check some of those out. What this means is, you know, when you get the Age of Renaissance, and you don't yet have banking, you don't yet have professional armies, you don't yet, well, not that one, it's over there, but you can go down the scholarly treaties' advanced tree, right? This is a free tree that you get to just enjoy. Now we have the same for the Age of Discovery, so there is surgery at the start of it. This is the free tree over here. So what do we got in here? New levies, very nice. Caravels, absolutely giga. An extra cabinet seat, the roads are in there. What else is council halls in there? It's nice. Merchant quarters in there. Are we sure that this is the free tree? Hang on a second. New World printing press, pike and shot. There's New World. There's printing press. There's pike and shot. So yeah, surgery is the start of the new tree. And some really, really good shit in here. Foreign culture law is amazing. The House of Parliament is amazing. The government reform, local governors in the free tree, the construction center in the free tree. This is really, really good stuff. This is really good stuff that I would be aiming for quite early. And honestly, I also want those light chips early. So, you know, I guess we are going to be upgrading our levies from now on. Age of Reformation, we obviously have siege artillery, we have global trade, we have confessionalism, and then the free tree starts with pharmacology. We got some levies in here. Road cost, what do we got? Yeah, it's kind of meh. But we got, what else? War score efficiency could be nice. The Bastion is in here, so new castles pretty early. Okay, all right. Supreme Court's good. The government reform is huge to be in the free tree. Bureaucracy stuff, meh. But crown power and cabinet seats also. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the free tree. I'm a free tree absolutist. We got military revolution, which is looking a little bit thin, so I feel like a lot of things have been taken from it to make this free tree. Scientific revolution, manufactories, and then our free tree starts with sanitation, disease resistance. We got levies in the free area. Porcelain manufacturing in the free area is huge. Malaria resistance is quite nice as well. Let's see, what else have we got? Increased area control in the free area is huge. The regimental camp in the free area, the Royal Mortar. I don't know why these have been taken out of the military revolution, but sure, we'll take it. Proximity efficiency, what else we got? A cabinet seat, we've got a local governor, speed of integration, huge. And then the age that no one ever sees, let's see, what's in the Age of Revolutions? We've got Levy en Masse, obviously one of the institutions, industrialization, enlightenment, and then our free tree starts with vaccination. We've got conscripts in there. It looks like definitely they're adding all of the upgrading levies into the free area. They're really trying to push levies being something relevant. But we got stuff like the flying cloth mill and the textile mill in the free area. Tax assessor is good building as well. Like that max tax plus 10% is insane. What else we got? We've got 50% crown power in there. More bureaucracies, whatever. Cabinet slot. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the free tree idea. Free the trees. Basically, this means that I feel like this was done for a very specific reason, right? With institutions, if you have unlocked the new era, right? You know, you've passed a whatever 37, but you don't get the new era's text. Maybe you're not playing in Europe, maybe you're playing in Asia, maybe you're playing an America's game, where you don't get institutions for a very long time. Now you don't just like cap on your research and you're stuck there twiddling your thumbs waiting for institutions to arrive so that you have something to research. Now you're probably always going to have something to research, and honestly, great change. Absolutely phenomenal change. Peace offers are again rate limited by the diplomat en route timer in multiplayer. I didn't realize that was a problem, but okay. Fixed crash fixed crashes, whatever. Blocked armies led by the ruler from becoming mercenaries, makes sense. Fixed ability icon in the unit leader modifier breakdown. Okay. What else we got in here? Starting a civil war or rebellion can no longer freeze the game permanently on the month tick. I'm glad that was fixed. Estates no longer stop investing after you lose a location they were targeting. That... okay, this might be huge. A lot of people reporting that after a certain amount of income, the AI just stops investing and then they hoard infinite amounts of wealth and doing nothing with it. I feel like this might be the culprit. Because sure, you can then turn to me and say, oh, but I don't lose locations. If I lose a war, I quit the game or I reload, which unfortunately is the majority of people. But this could also be, I've conquered a place, my noble's estate has immediately been like, I'm going to build over there. And then you have been like, I'm going to make a vassal over there. That's you losing the location. That's the estate's stopping investing because you cucked them out of investing in, your new conquest. I feel like that's a huge change. That's big. Renamed Andronicus' younger daughter from Irene to Maria to match history and avoid two daughters sharing a name. I feel like this is something I reported before the game released. I vaguely remember something like this happening. Added some Greek character names to Theophano and Leontia. Oh, relevant to me. Castile's counting history no longer shows a broken, unclickable link where Juan Manuel's name should appear. The character had been accidentally deleted in a previous merge. Okay, welcome back. Fixed Japan. I'll believe it when I see it. They correctly start with isolationist. Whatever. Munster has changed from pale pink to pale green, so it doesn't get confused as an English subject. Okay. Some situation changes. Fix the Red Turban Rebellion situation, granting 6 boards bureaucracy to the new China. Okay. Fixed Hussite wars, never ending if Bohemia is annexed or subjugated. Fixed a case of Catholic League not forming at the start of the situation. AI England is now more likely to attack France based on how many French subjects are currently bribed. That makes sense. Diplomacy with subjects interaction for France now clears active bribes. I don't like that. Italian wars fixed a trigger that incorrectly showed existing relations localized string. Alright. Some more fixes. More fixes. Okay. Fix some disasters as well. Fix an issue with the deal with robber barons. Huge! Absolutely huge. Brandenburg games are back online. Very nice for my Brandenburg enjoyers. I know there are a few of you. Some IOs, Imperial Circles have been made better. I've not really messed around with the Imperial Circles and the HRE since they were added, but I've heard mixed thoughts on them. But they looks like they have getting a few fixes and such. Middle Kingdom getting some fixes and some HRE stuff. Events, there's a lot. Fix the Milanese claims to Brescia event not faring well. Milan was actively sieging Brescia as the trigger required the occupation to already be complete. Good. Fix Milan. Give me all of the Milan buffs. All of them, please. Thank you. But yeah, there's a lot of these. I'm not going to go through all of the events that have been fixed and changed and all of that, for sure. Some Greek name changes. Ottomans being... fix the Ottomans being unable to form the Byzantine Empire due to the rise of the Ottomans, formable incorrectly stating... No. The Ottomans should never be able to form the Romans. The Ottomans are not Roman. I'll die on this hill. It should be a very populated hill, so I'm safe. But still, what the fuck? Anyway, some changes and fixes and such. Economy, build requirements for trade company satellite buildings. Now, has anyone ever figured out how this thing works? Not me. It could never be me. Fixed some Serbia stuff, fixed theocracy stuff, diplomacy stuff. Just scanning through to see what is relevant. Okay, and slightly nerfed Novgorod, sure. Triggering fall of Delhi stuff, fixed mission completions. Yeah, okay, I'll believe them when I see it. CBs can now contain a trigger telling the AI to wait before sending a peace offer. Interesting. Venice now waits before sending a peace offer to Verona until more demands are gathered from other countries. Huge. Milan, once again, playable. But yeah, there's a lot of changes, a lot of fixes, and I'm hopeful that we are going to be in a state where the game is going to be enjoyable and fun and in a decent state again. We are reaching the end of the 1.3 beta. Maybe we're going to get that next week. We'll see. But until then, give this open beta a try. And for me personally, and the reason I have selected Castile for this little test, is because starting tonight, from time of recording, like 8 or so hours, so a little bit less for you depending on how fast I get this up, I'm going to be playing Castile in a brand new EU5 multiplayer. This one is not going to be set up on my Discord. It is set up over on Zlevik's Discord. He is playing as, I believe, Novgorod. I've also got some other names in here. Absolute Habibi is playing the Ottomans. Lemon Cake is playing Sicily. And yeah, I'll quickly show you the map. Because it is relatively crowded. Oh, actually, no, he's playing Muscovy, not the Ottomans. Not Novgorod. Sadness. It's relatively crowded in my particular region of the area. We have Aragon and Portugal. So if you want to see an early death war in EU5 multiplayer for the fate of Iberia, hopefully I don't have a one-session multiplayer on my hands. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, hop on over to my Twitch if you want to witness that, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, thanks all for watching. Go and enjoy some 1.3 beta. Let me know what changes are functioning, not functioning, all that kind of good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Toodaloo. I'll see you guys tonight. I'll see all of you, every single one of you. See you tonight. Bye-bye.